How's it going, everybody? My name's Infamous Isaac, and for reference, this is the third time I've had to re-record this because every time I've recorded it, I just didn't like the way it came out. And honestly, hopefully this time it goes well because I don't know how many times I can do this. Actually, no. Alright. Okay. Alright. How's it going, everybody? My name's Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with a Smite video, right? It's been a week, and honestly, part of that now is because of the fact that I've had to re-record this like 3 times. So, hopefully this time it works out. But regardless, right? So, I'm here.
You have piqued my interest.
Actually, give me a second. Who? 2 assassins. 2. Alright, that works. But yeah, so I'm here with this Smite video. Hopefully this time it works out. Hopefully I can convey what I want to say in the best way possible. Because, you know, I'm literally just talking, right? I don't think about too much what I want to say, but I know what I want to say in it. Like, I know what I'm going to talk about now. I just have to make sure I say it the way I want to say it without, like, indulging too much on unnecessary things, right? So, yeah, basically I've been busy with schoolwork, college work. So I'm here now though, basically. So I'm trying to say. But honestly, even though the last 2 games I've been kinda cocky that I recorded, I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for this one. So what's it called anyways, right? What I wanna talk about was an artist, right? J.Cole. And more specifically, a song of his or 2 songs of his. But basically, one of my closest friends recommended J.Cole to me like a couple years ago, back like 2016, 2017. And he was like, he's the same guy that recommended to me, like, what's it called? Kendrick Lamar, Drake, a bunch of people, right? And so to me, he was a trusted source, like for artists. So I was like, alright, bet, I'll give it a shot. I listened to all of his albums. I listened to most of his mixtapes, not all of them, but most of them. And honestly, man, fire artist. Like, people say he's boring, but honestly, to me, I really enjoy J. Cole's music, and I will always enjoy it. There's always a good song I can find in his catalog that'll just brighten up my day or get me hype or make me think, you know. But regardless, yeah. So one of those songs is off of Forest Hills Drive, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. It was based off of his childhood home and all that, right? And so the song is literally the intro. It's just called the intro. And it's one of the dopest songs off the album because I literally went back to listen to it yesterday. And every time I've listened to it, it's just always been like, oh, it's an intro, you know? It's a somber intro. It's a good intro. But now that I go back to it, it's just like, man, what he's saying, honestly, is so dope. And literally, he's just repeating the same phrase. Do you want to be happy? Or do you want to be free? But for some reason, it just hits so different this time. Like, music, really, it just depends on when you listen to it. And how it will affect you, you know? Because even though you listen to a song now, and you may not like it, when you go back to it, like maybe a year or 2 later, you'll be a completely different person, you know? Like, you'll be a completely different person when you go back to that song and you listen to it again. And it could impact you completely differently because of your experiences that you've gone through or will go through and how you feel and think later on in the future, you know? Like, but yeah, you know, like, that's what happened to me, and it happens a bunch of times when I go back to listen to music. I either don't like some certain songs and I take them off the playlist, or I have even more respect for them and they become higher or more played songs in the playlist, you know? But the intro one is literally one of those songs, like, it just, at the time that I listened to it, aka like yesterday, it just hit different, honestly. It resonated with me way more than it did it like the first time I ever listened to it. It's such a good song, honestly. The emotion that I feel when I listen to it, it makes me a little somber, it makes me a little sad, but it makes me hopeful for the future, you know? Like, it hits different. I'm so glad I listened to it, you know? That was trash. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. Alright. But yeah, anyways, right? So, oh, I think I might die here.
Killing spree.
Alright, we need to be careful.
Has fallen.
But yeah, anyways, right?
That's not
So,
good.
I'll probably link the song in the description, since you can listen to it on YouTube. And hopefully, I want to know what you guys think about it, because that song means a lot to me at this point. Like, it really hits different. But regardless, yeah, so basically the other thing I was going to talk about, some characters, right? Characters in anime, like, that, honestly, they have to work the hardest, you know? Like, Rock Lee, right? Rock Lee is an inspiration to a lot of people, like, even, like, people like Israel Adesanya, who at the biggest stage of the world still hit Rock Lee poses against their opponents, against somebody like Anderson Silva, you know? Like, it's fire, right? But, oh, it's anime, you never expect that. But even then, it's just like, any form of media can have any relatable character, you know? And that's what makes characters cool. How much you can relate to them, whether they're like people like Goku, or people like Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate, you know? Like, it really just all depends on how much you can relate to a character, on how much you like them and all that. Because a character can be cool, and obviously cool characters are cool characters, but the more relatable a character is, the more you remember them. At least that's how I viewed it. And one of those characters, you know, Rock Lee, and later on I'll talk about Usopp, but like, Rock Lee, he's so relatable because he's not good, you know, or at least he wasn't good. So he had to work for it, you know, he had to train, he had to undergo struggle, he had to compare himself so much to Neji, a talented man with the Byakugan and all that. Like, in all intents and purposes, he's never been considered a genius, you know? So, what's it called? It's the fact that he worked so hard to train in Taijutsu and become a Taijutsu legend, like Mike Guy. You know, it's inspirational, honestly. It's inspirational seeing the humble beginnings to what he becomes later on. Like, it's dope. And then you have characters like Usopp, who, when you're literally in a ship filled with monsters like Luffy, Sanji, Jinbei, Zoro, Brook, Frankie, like strong people, and you're just an ordinary dude who can shoot people like with a sniper, it's hard to have confidence, you know? And I get that, because Usopp's always been a scaredy cat. But to me, Usopp has always been brave, you know? Dang, she's hating me like crazy. All my juking skills are complete gaki right now. But yeah, Usopp's always just been a scaredy cat, you know? But he's been brave, because I watched a video on it, right? And I'll link that in the description as well, if any of you are interested, because it's a good video. It had me crying like crazy. Like, such a good video. But yeah. So Usopp, he's brave to me, not because he's strong and brave to other people, but because he stepped up in moments where he shouldn't have, you know? He stepped up against people way stronger than him and lied himself some confidence, and he's come out on top. And it shows, like, the best example, excuse me, is Enies Lobby, you know, with Sniper King. Like, it literally shows that in the heat of the moment, he will do it, you know? When he shot the flag, he didn't hesitate, he didn't second guess himself, he shot the flag, you know? So, like, Usopp to me he will always have my respect, not because he's strong, but because he's brave and he's a character that you can rely on, you can count on, you know, even if he's not strong. Especially with all the stuff that he's gone through, losing his mom to a disease, his father not being there, Kaya being sick as well, lying, being basically like outcasted by the village, you know. It's crazy, man. Like you gotta feel something for Usopp. At least a little bit, like. So, to me, honestly, Usopp, I'll always have a lot of respect for him, and I like him a lot in the crew. If Usopp wasn't there, if the stuff with Water 7 and Ennie's lobby didn't happen, Frankie, Robin, and Usopp would not be as good as they are now. And that's just a fact. Like, and it shows in Dressrosa with what happens there with Usopp against Sugar, you know? Like,
Rampage.
like literally, it's awesome, man. Usopp, such a fire character.
An enemy has been bested.
There you go, at least I got her. Alright.
Double kill.
Nice, I'm already doing way better than last time. It's just getting the basics down. Because that was my problem before. It's just I could not hit her basics. And her abilities, you know,
An enemy has been slain.
the X amplifies her basics, it's a stim. So, what's it called? If I can't hit my basics, then I can't play the character.
In all my
But regardless, yeah.
I haven't seen
So,
such a thing.
An ally has been slain.
regardless, right? Usopp, he's a brave character, and he's just as human as any of us, right? He's just as human as literally you and me. Because Usopp reacts like a human. No, it's obviously, right? But he reacts like any normal scared human being would be when you're literally fighting like pirates, scary human beings that can bend the planet, you know? Like, it's terrifying. And I'll be terrified too, but it's the fact that he's used that fear and evolved from it. Because of his friends. Like, as corny as it sounds, literally. It's honestly inspirational, you know? Like, in the heat of the moment, you can always count on him. Well, hopefully she can kill him.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Yep, they are.
Shut down.
Haha, what's good with it, doggy dog? Alright. But regardless, yeah. So that's Usopp, right? And then there's another case of it with Rengoku from Demon Slayer. And if you haven't seen the movie or watched the anime so far, then don't listen to this part, because I'm gonna be talking about it, or at least a little bit. But Rengoku's fire, you know? He's a case of bravery with strength, like a mix of Rock Lee and Usopp a little bit, because, you know, he's brave, not because he's strong, but he's also strong, so he can do something about it, you know? Like, he's the case of Usopp where he literally, like, he becomes strong. Or at least from where we've seen him, he's been strong. And he uses that strength to follow and justify his morals, basically, you know? And characters like that are even more inspirational. Because that dude, we literally met him once. Or twice, actually.
Rampage.
Time for a power shot. Barely made it out of there.
Hey, nice. We did make it out of there. But yeah. Like Rengoku and the stuff that happens to him later on is just so impactful. Literally, we saw him do one thing, and that was fight. But man, he's inspirational. Like,
Be right back.
An ally has fallen.
yeah, let's get that on out of here. Oh man, nah, but Rengoku, like, if you haven't watched the movie, I highly recommend the Demon Slayer movie. Like, even if you don't like anime, it's a fun watch, you know. It's sick. But Rengoku's the highlight of the entire movie. A character like that, like you rarely, or not rarely, but it's just so fun to watch, you know? Because he's so charismatic, so brave, so fire, like,
An enemy has been bested.
it's just dope, honestly. It's just really dope. I can't say enough good about Rengoku and the scenes that happen with him later on. Like, Rock Lee worked for it.
An ally
Usopp
has been slain.
had to become it, even though he wasn't strong, and he honestly still isn't strong, but he's getting there. The progress shows. And Rengoku worked for it, became strong, and has the bravery like Usopp has, but he's not a liar. So it's just, it's awesome, man. Having characters like that, just like bravery, showing that bravery isn't reliant on strength, that even if you are strong, you're not brave because you're strong, you're brave because of your character. Like, it's just awesome, man. It's just awesome.
An ally has been slain. Slain.
Oh man. But yeah, you know, like bravery in general, it just it's something that you find for yourself, you know. And well, my sense of bravery is based off of those characters, and obviously it doesn't just have to be anime, right? It could be any form of media that can shape who you are.
An enemy has been
And I'm glad,
bested.
for me, it was those. But regardless, yeah. What I wanted to say with the J. Cole thing, right? I want to go back to that a little bit because I don't think I finished it. But,
An enemy has been slain.
like,
Double kill.
I don't know, right? The fact that he repeats, do you want to be happy and do you want to be free, just like, it really sets in because of the whole album is just happiness, freedom, feeling loved, fake love, real love, you know? It really makes you think about that, right? Because obviously you have people talking about all the time, oh yeah, I don't need no fake people around me, right? But they have 18,000 friends. And then when they get snaked, they wonder, how did this happen?
An enemy has been bested. Double kill.
Dang, you know your basics hit when you can't hit anyone. Oh, that moved him forward, that sucks. But regardless, right? It's just that question of happiness, what makes you happy, you know? It's so interesting to hear, man, like, because, like, I love thinking. I just love thinking introspection and all that, because even though it can be scary, it's important to have, you know, because if you can't self-reflect on yourself, then what are you gonna show to the people outside, you know, like, because I love talking to people outside as well, but if I can't decide what I am, then what am I gonna decide what I am to other people? Like, so then it's that, what's it called, like, thinking, it's just always fun to me. It's always fun looking at myself. Well, not fun, but it's interesting to me. That's why I'm always, like, guess in my own head thinking to myself just about anything. And with that song, it really makes me think about, like I said again, happiness, freedom, what's real, what's fake to you, what you enjoy, what you want to do, what you want to be, you know? Like all the things that you've gone through as a person, what you will go through as a person, how you live this point forward. Like, it's such a simple song, but it's such an impactful one. Like, I'll always love that song, you know?
Unstoppable.
Into battle.
So it's really fire, you know? Dang, yo, can I hit a basic, dog? Like, oh my gosh. Oh man.
An enemy has been slain.
That's so nutty. Like, I really could not hit a basic. Oh man, what a great way to end that. The same way I started. Basics missing and basics missing. It's crazy. But that's the video I wanted for sure. That's 100% the video I wanted. Just talking about stuff like that, you know? And sharing it with people. Because even though people don't watch my videos, like, I always want it to be there. And just hearing, I want people to hear how I think, and I want to hear how they think as well, you know? It's just, I guess, like, bouncing ideas off of each other, because it's fun to learn about stuff like that. What in the world is this? What are you doing? What is this music? I'm gonna get copyrighted. Oh my gosh. Batty. Fire, how much damage did I do? I did the least amount on the team. Well, whatever. Regardless, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this weird kind of video. It was sporadic as always, where I don't talk about the game as always, but I had fun and I hope you guys did as well. So, at the end of the day, I guess that's all that matters, right? Anyways, right? I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all have a great day. Have a great Veterans Day. You know, if you have a veteran in your life, thank them, you know, for their service. Well, at least that's what I would do. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.